So you know when you're a kid and you can't sleep because it's Christmas Eve and you want to wake up and open your presents? Well, I just found out as an adult, I definitely got that same thing, but it's about going to get my car. So I woke up at 3. I'm not saying I've been 100% up since 3, but I've been up enough to know that I'm tired. But we're about to make the trip to go get my car, so I'm super pumped. So let's go get it, y'all.
To some losses through the process had me furious, but I got eyes on the vision, can't get delirious. Fall in love with the game and then you marry it. I think I married it. This the anthem. If you rockin' with it, put your hands up. Yeah, this the anthem. If you get up and get it, put your hands up. Money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. In my house, don't need no tour. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay-Tay, that's my hype girl, that's my mascot. Little ones go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. If I got it, they got it. Family strong, they solid. For them empty my pockets. If I got it, we got it. Foundation been solid. Taking off like a rocket. Yeah, I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. In my house, don't need no tour. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, I love you.
Well, we kind of made it home in one piece. Most of the car that left came back. So Ben said on these back windows with Lexan, he's like, you're going to want it bolted, all the turbulence that goes through it. I heard what he said, but I also just focused on getting my car home. Well, I don't know how much that's going to cost me, but you're welcome, bank account. Free money coming out, so that's awesome. And I see that the window trim's here, but I don't see that the window trim is from the front windshield here or in the car. So hopefully they either replace that or the people who took it out knows what happened to it. But hey, car's home. I'm happy. I'm sore. We made it.
Made it.
You ready, buddy? What is up, y'all? It is super freaking gorgeous out. I'm super pumped to be able to start putting my own hands on the car. I'm also going to be honest, and I'm realizing how much crap I haven't even ordered yet. I thought I had everything. Anyway, I'm trying to order it all now. Plus, I'm trying to work out the situation with the rear Lexan. I don't know if that's going to be complicated or not, but I know it's going to be about 10 days minimum. The only one I can find in that time frame is going to be cut to fit. Again, not huge deals, but just stuff I got to think about. I'm debating about thermostat housings because I have a bunch of plugs that need to be capped and I can't weld. So by the time I get them all welded and it starts to add up to the hundreds of dollars, it almost feels like it's worth it just to upgrade to the other setup. So I got to think about that. But while I'm making those decisions, I am going to be taking the car back apart on the inside, taking all of this pretties down so that I can get it painted and the parachute mount and all of that stuff. So that's where I got to start. So let's dive into it. Oh, got an attack dog out here. He looks like he's doing his duty. Guard duty. There's my security right there. Get him, Gump. Get him. Good boy. Okay, so right now I'm trying to take a deep breath and not get overwhelmed. This is those moments where like there's so much left to do that I get all sidetracked and I have trouble focusing. So I'm trying to take a breath and just focus on at least getting something done. And ultimately, I probably need to make a checklist and make it a priority. That would also help me remember the things I need to buy or look into. And Gumpy, you're stuck, buddy, sorry. This door kind of stopped working all the way it should, and I don't want to break the door handle, so I got to adjust that. You know, I got to get the cage ready to paint. I got to get the interior ready to paint. I got to get the motor ready to put in. I got to cut this back bracket out. I got to get the engine back together. Again, a list is endless and endless. It's an endless list. So, again, the only way you're going to get anything done is by chipping away at it. So that's what we're trying to do. And Gumpy's helping by staying in my way. So it's perfect, right? But actually, I'm trying to get these interior pieces out, and then I can start painting some stuff. And once that's painted on the inside, I can start putting some of the wiring back in, the fuel pump, all that stuff. Even though it kind of feels like backtracking, sometimes you got to backtrack for progress. So I got a lot of the interior stuff out of the way. I knew at the time when I didn't paint the interior that I wanted to paint it. So it's probably a good thing I didn't do it then anyway, so I can cover up everything else. You know, all the grinding and stuff that had to be done. So I'm not mad at that. So I'm pretty sure this is technically progress. Got the rest of that center section out, and then I got all of the interior pieces that I had in there out. So that means all I got left to do is clean everything up on the inside one more good time, and then I'll be able to come out tomorrow and get to paint the interior. And then the car will be ready to fully assemble. Can you believe it?
Money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. In my house, don't need no tour. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay-Tay, that's my hype girl, that's my mascot. Little ones go for hours and some hours too.
So on the list of unforeseen things, I didn't see my back being the thing to hold me back. Haha. Anyway, most people who know me probably thought the car would be running by now. I got it back and I'd stay up until it's going. But wrong. I'm having a little bit of mobility issues. So, trying to slow down, not create more injury. Just gonna take this sucker off, get the paint in the roll cage, and just keep chipping away at it. So that's where I'm gonna start first, taking that other door off since it's been a pain in the butt, getting that out of the way, and yeah, so let's jump in. All right, I just put the last layer on that I'm gonna put on of the roll cage. So once that dries, it's time to go after the inside. I mean, it went pretty smooth. I'm kind of glad I didn't go with the spray gun because, yeah, I just watched a video of a guy talking about how hard it is to paint a roll cage. You'll always miss spots. I can't even imagine, actually. I got the car all taped off and ready to go. Now my only conflict is the weather and then where I'm going to start. This is obviously going to be the trouble area for me, but the roof will probably get done first. And again, I think I'm just going to run one coat, and how it looks is how it looks. So I'll start there, and then I'll work my way out the back. And then same thing here. You know, I'm worried about getting in there a lot behind all that stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Again, you're not probably going to see 99% of this, but it matters to me, so I'm going to do it. Well, I definitely feel like I screwed that paint up worse than the exterior paint, mainly because of the spraying situation, but it'll look a lot better even if it's a janky purple than all the different colors. Well, there's a tractor coming, but I always try to be transparent. And one thing I knew I was making a mistake on was putting that frickin' newspaper down. And for some reason, I still did it because it was the easiest option as far as covering surface area. So now I'm going to try to wet sand it. But honestly, the plastic, it's like I didn't have enough time to cure. But man, it had 48 hours plus. So I just did something wrong there. I did it too soon. I don't know. That sucks. But can't gripe about it. Got to fix it. So I'm going to try to wet sand it, see what the outcome is. I have a feeling I'm gonna be doing the brush painting anyway. We will see. Okay, so I've been absolutely terrible at keeping track of progress. I got my list of excuses why, you know, for the 2 people who watch this video and might care, but I kind of rushed the gun. Jump the gun. Is there a saying there that makes sense?
Jump the gun.
Jump the gun and put the paper on here too soon. I probably shouldn't use paper anyway. I had my doubts, but anyway, I did. It left paper marks. I do have a piece of the video that shows some of that. I tried wet sanding it. Anyway, long story short, I'm not happy with it. So we're gonna tape it off. I got sick of trying to find ways that were traditional to tape off areas. And then we debated on cling seal, aluminum foil. I'm like, man, that could work, right? Well, it's working. Well, I don't know if it works yet, but it looks like it's gonna work. And then we'll just plastic off all the obvious big areas. I have some, I think it's cling seal. I don't know what it's called, but we tried some of that up there. I might even use aluminum foil there because it'll give me that extra space. That freaking cage is really hard to paint in those tight spots, which makes me respect the fact that they were able to make this roll cage all together. It has to be a nightmare. So that's where we're at. I got all these taped off. Got all the bottom of the cage where it meets because I am going to keep the cage separate, you know, OCD type stuff. So anyway, that's where we're at right now. We'll see the outcome 6 hours from now because we were supposed to start 8 hours ago. The math ain't mathin', but I promise you, we're late. So, just so you know.
Just so complaining about your dog. Down.
If you want to move, you got to move on the other side. My car may or may not be a conspiracy theorist. He's wearing his tinfoil hat. That's all I can think of through this whole procedure. But it was so much easier to mold that than worry about the plastic flapping in the wind. So is it dumb if it works? Probably. But the cage is cleaned. Everything's prepped. Blocked off. Should be good. That's just funny to me. Maybe we should just wrap the car in aluminum foil. So now I'm more curious than ever because I bought the same brand paint, same color, same everything, except for a different style can. And that looks more like the color I was expecting for sure. But now I already have a different plan in place. So I don't even have enough to do it this way if I wanted to do it that way, but that's fun. All right, so it's black. With sparkles? Glitter? I don't know what you want to call it. So that's the progress for now. The cage is painted, the car's back, which means I can officially keep making progress. Also, say hello to our new little mascots, at least a couple of them. Anyway, get out there, keep getting outside your comfort zone. As always, feed dreams and starve fears.